Warning, this review will have spoilers. Keep in mind as you watch and listen. The Blackout Club by Question. The Blackout Club is one of those very interesting games of stealth mixed with horror. You lurk through a dark, ominous town, trying to avoid a strange yet powerful cult. While you're doing that, you're taking care of various missions that are given out to you. There's a story under this game's hood, though. A fellow member, Isabella, or, well, Bells, has gone missing. The remaining club members, who are just 15-year-old kids, pull themselves up by their bootstraps and start collecting evidence. After that, the story kind of vanishes. Or has it? This game has a very, very deep rabbit hole. Once you peer into it, you may not return from it. There's so much that lies down there that keeps it going. And the best thing is, it's all by word of mouth. That's right, the players are the ones who keep this story going. The players of the club are the story. They run these missions, discover things, which are then told to other people. It is an interesting spiral of events that will keep going the longer you keep searching. I have been playing this since late February, and I still haven't learned everything about this game. Speaking of learning, the prologue, which puts you in Belle's shoes, holds your hand and teaches you everything to start. How to use the game's mechanics. I highly recommend new players to play this as it explains a number of things. Along that, the prologue is fucking spooky as hell. The team nails the horror aspect in the prologue. After that, it puts you back in the train car and you can freely join someone's game or host your own. I highly recommend just hosting your own game for a while. Well, yeah, you'd get to meet other players quickly. It's generally a bad idea. I've seen some level 1 players join my level 20 missions and get floored with how big the map is and how intense the enemies got. Starting at level 1, the map is small, tiny. They give you a single, simple mission to run. Record a break-in. The maze, a massive complex below the surface, is locked out. After completing the mission, you are rewarded based on the mission, how many players there are, and how much bonus evidence you found. Oh yeah, those red boxes, bags, posters, and whatnot are actually scannable, and they are everywhere. If you manage to collect enough of them, you can be rewarded a junior detective, which awards more snacks, which is this game's currency, and experience. Also, there is a rare chance that you'll find a glowing box in the train car, which brings me to the rabbit hole. This game is deep. The town is under control by a group called Chorus, a radical cult under the control of a god. Yes, you heard me right, a god. But that's not all. These gods, yes, plural, will talk to you in a mission. A giant closing eye icon will show up in the center of your screen, prompting you to close your eyes for a message. There are 8 gods in the game. As of this writing, we know the names of 7. Dance for us, In Her Teeth, Laugh Last, Thee I Dare, Speak as One, Die for You, and The Measure Cuts. Out of those 8, only 2 will ask you to close your eyes. Thee I Dare and Speak as One. Oh, by the way, the god that controls Chorus? That's Speak as One. But I'll leave the rest of this lore up to you to discover. Especially since even players have their own stories, which goes pretty deep. But I will go ahead and tell you something. That little reward box I talked about? That contains an item called a Light of Rebellion. This item lets you leave something akin to a voicemail to one of those gods, and you'll never know. One of them might even reply back. After every mission, you are prompted if you wish to remember a dream. If you say yes, it'll play someone's prayer, usually a question or meme-worthy thing, and then will play the god's reply back. It's deep and interesting. Don't expect Senpai to notice you, though. It's pretty rare to get an interaction. After talking about all of this, what about the game itself? So, the game is a stealth game. You and up to 3 other players sneak through the town to avoid sleepers, who are blind but can hear a cricket fart across town, and lucids, which can see and hear. Sticking to dark areas are good to stay out of the sights of lucids, while keeping to the carpet and grass is the quietest for them both. You can take damage from falling and being grabbed. The health bar is actually your stamina. The more stamina you burn, the slower you get. So if your bar is nearly full for wounds, you're not getting very far, kid. You can heal up using bandages, or even run for a little while without stamina drain from energy bars. You can vault onto nearly anything and everything, and it feels so good. One of my favorite things is to fall from a high place and catch onto a ledge, preventing me from fall damage. Also, preventing all noise that would happen. You can pick between 3 hero tools to bring with you on a mission. A taser, which has an unlimited battery supply, allowing you to escape from being grabbed. A grapple hook, to climb various places faster, or bonk a few idiots in the head for laughs. And the crossbow, to deliver a sleep dart from across the street. Every tool has their uses, and fits someone's playstyle in some form, which is actually nice to see. When paired with the hero powers, it gets even better. There are 4 powers to choose from. Takedown, which allows you to grab enemies from the front, drop them faster, and even force them to stay put if you kick them in the ass. Unstoppable. Think of a Mario Power Star, where you can't get hurt and you have unlimited stamina for a set time. The drone hands you a friendly little buddy to fly around, tase, trank dart, and even scan bonus evidence. Oh, and you can annoy your friends with it. And prank caller, which you can call enemies and ask them if they want to make more money, along with disabling cameras and traps. Each one of these fits into a player's style in some form. Look and see what style you like. If you don't like something, you can sacrifice to a god and reset your level. You keep all the snacks that you got and unlocked gear that you picked up. There's also a PvP element in the form of stalkers. A stalker is a lone kid on the enemy team, and their goal is to make your game a little more paranoid. They can record you, NPCs that you put to sleep, or doors you kicked in with their cell phones, alerting the bad guys and adding sin. Oh, I went through all of this without even talking about that. Sin is measured value that is invisible to the heroes. If enough of it's built up, a new enemy shows up. The Shape, an intimidating foe that is invisible to the naked eye and will relentlessly pursue the player with the most sin. You can see the Shape when you close your eyes, though. With all this talk and praise, there are a few low points of the game. While the environments look amazing with the awesome lighting and mood that is placed into this game, the game does suffer a bit from pop-ins. Running at Ultra, everything is crisp though, and I hardly have slowdowns. Another thing that might hold this back for other players is the fact that it is repetitive. After doing the many missions the game provides, it does enter a rut and will feel repetitive to many. There's no absolute endgame as of this writing, so running missions will bore those who don't feel entertained by this, or without friends who to laugh it up with. There are still a few bugs with the game, though it's been in early access since October, so it could have been much, much worse. But Question is adamant at attempting to fix everything and listens to the community the best they can. So, in closing, the Blackout Club is an amazing game. I've poured over 550 hours into this game, and I keep coming back for more. The hidden lore, everything players keep finding, the people I've made friends with. This game is a love project from a team that knows a thing or two about stealth games. It's a wonderful game to play, and I hope to see more in the future. This game has my stamp of approval, and I recommend you getting this awesome game if it fits a style that you like. And if you have friends that can make it silly as hell. This small team of 7 people has made a rich environment, which ran amazingly for an early access game when I first started back in the day. These guys are bossing it, and I wish them luck in the future of this game. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope to make more again in the future, because this was fun and it's been a while. The name's Kit Ballard, and I hope to see you guys soon. And as always, keep it cool, everyone.